I'm Marcie Cohen Ferris, and I grew up in Blytheville, Arkansas, and this is my husband, Bill Ferris, and he grew up in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and we both live together in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where we teach at the University of North Carolina in American Studies and History and Folklore and Southern Studies. And we were talking about foods that really mattered to us and memories from our childhood, and both of us connected on stories that were tied to kind of early fast food in the American South in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. So Bill, what's your memory?
Well, on Sundays we would go to church, which was a big effort coming out of the country. It took half an hour to get into Vicksburg. But the treat was after church we would go to Dunn's Grill, which was the first little restaurant that we ever experienced. And there were 5 children in my family and my parents, and we would go there and we would all get a hamburger with wonderful fresh onions and tomatoes, and it was like a total out-of-the-body experience for us. It was our first experience with, it really wasn't fast food, but it was a hamburger that was prepared outside the home.
Who ran it?
Mrs. Dunn.
What was she like?
She was a large lady, very warm and very welcoming.
Was she white or black?
She was white, and it was on Washington Street across from Allen's Dairy, where the first ice cream was made in Vicksburg.
And was Dunn's like a little grocery store, or was it a...
No, it was just a little restaurant with a long bar and a table where we would sit.
You want to hear about my favorite last
I
time?
want to hear about
Okay.
it.
Well, we used to go to just on occasional treat because we didn't eat it too much, and besides it's not really kosher catfish, but it's really, really popular in northeastern Arkansas. Everybody eats catfish because it's farm raised throughout the region, and it's it's soybeans, it's rice, and it's catfish. But catfish is a lot of trouble to make at home, and if you grow up in a Jewish house, your mother is from Connecticut, and she really doesn't want like smelly, fish oil from frying the fish in the house. So if we ever fried fish, catfish, which my dad would receive from men that worked for his company, he had a construction company, and so people would give him catfish. I'm sure your dad got fish, crappie this way sometime too, and milk cartons, frozen crappie or catfish given to him for gifts. And we would occasionally make it outside in the backyard near the pool side. We got a pool in the 1970s that my dad's crew company dug themselves. And if we didn't do the catfish at the house, we would go to Anna Dildine's. And Anna had a little place kind of like a Dairy Queen. And you could just pull up, drive in, and order catfish there. And it came in a paper sack and in those great little white cartons with fries and catfish. And so my dad and I would run over to get it ourselves and bring it home to my mom and my sister for dinner.